Hi, my beautiful creatives. This is Chrissie B with beautifulcreatives.com. And today is another Cuppa Chat, so thank you for joining me. You may notice that we're in a different location today, and that is because I did this Cuppa Chat earlier in the week, and somehow I deleted it. Oopsie! So here I am. I'm in my living room. My husband's currently using our dining room at the moment, so we are going to have a little visit in my living room. So welcome. Today's cup of choice is Yogi Bedtime Soothing and Spicy Sweet Tea, but I have to show you this cup that it is in. I know it's kind of hard to see because it's kind of bright in here, but do you see that? It's got my mug has a sweater on it. It is so good, and the tea is so nice and warm. It is a nice fall day here in Oregon. It's October. I honestly cannot believe it is that late in the year already. October is one of my absolute favorite months. If I had to choose just one month as my favorite month, October would be it. October is the month of sweater weather and flannels and snuggling up under a fuzzy blanket while reading and letting it rain outside. I love taking nature walks where you get to stomp through puddles and crunch through the newly fallen leaves. Oregon, one of the best things about Oregon is that there are so many trees here, and it's so gorgeous when the leaves on the trees turn red and orange, and it's just so beautiful. I feel really blessed to live here. So October is awesome. I'm so excited. October is also the month of my birthday, so I'm excited about that. My birthday is October 10th, in case anyone was curious. Yeah, I'm really excited. This is gonna be a great month. I can feel it coming on. My last day of work is October 28th, so that's coming up kind of fast. I'm still making plans and working on those plans and taking action and baby step. I'm all about baby stepping my way to where I want to go. That way I don't get myself too overwhelmed. Yeah, but I'm excited. My husband and I are in a really good spot. He's just so absolutely supportive. I'm just so thankful for him. And yeah. The other thing that happened this week that was not planned but was really, really exciting was my sister and her family came up from Roseburg and hung out with us for a couple days. You may not know this about me because I really haven't shared much of my story yet with you, but I am the oldest of 5 girls. There's 5 of us. I'm the oldest. I have one sister who's 2 years younger than me, another sister that's 4 years younger than me, and I have 2 little sisters who are 10 years and 15 years younger than I am. Well, when I was 23 years old and my youngest sister was 8, my mom passed away. She died of breast cancer. When my mom passed away, I was married, lived away from home. My next sister, I believe I think she was married and also lived away from home. I know she didn't live at home. And then my third sister also was dating, but she was living away from home. So we had the 3 oldest of us had already gone and started our own lives and started doing our own thing. And there were 2 little girls still at the house with my mom and my dad, and the 2 youngest girls were 13 and 8, so they were really, really young when my mom passed away. When they were little, they were so much younger than I was, and I was the babysitter in the family. I watched all the girls, the whole family. I was little mama to everybody because I took care of all the little sisters. I would take them around town. I traveled by city bus everywhere. That's how I got around to do anything. So I always would take them with me, and I loved it because they were just so sweet and so adorable and so awesome, and they just made me so happy. They were so not like sisters. They were like my little kids. Like they were my babies. And when I would take them out on the city bus, people would always mistaken them for my kids, and they say, "Oh, how old's your daughter?" or "How old's your daughters?" or, "Oh, you're such a cute mama," or whatever. We've always had that kind of relationship. I've always taken care of them. I've always kind of loved on them and spoiled them, and I just love them so much. I also parent them, and I have rules that they abide by. They used to live with us, my husband and I, every summer until they got married, till the oldest of those 2 had gotten married and moved out on their own, and then they lived with us every summer, and then the youngest came and lived with us by herself every summer after that for a little while. And I always joke with those 2 girls that I may not have given birth to you, but I won you in the will. I got you in the will. So for all intents and purposes, you may not be my children, but you're still my babies. And so they were able to come up this week, and it was my sister and her husband and their little boy named Liam. He's 2.5. He will actually be 3 in December. I'm so excited about having them here. And my other sister, the youngest sister, was also here. Oh, so much fun. It was like having them here for the last 2 days. It kind of felt like those summers where we would spend every waking moment together all summer long. And it was fun because one of my favorite things to do when we all used to live together in the summertime was at nighttime. You know, my husband and I always lived in very small houses. We've never really ever had really big houses, but we always lived in small places, and our favorite thing to do was we would have like essentially a slumber party every single night in our room. So what that would mean is one girl would have a bed made on the floor on one side of the bed, and the other girl would have another bed made on the other side on the floor on the other side of the bed. And while we were waiting for the actual bedtime to happen, which was kind of late, if I remember correctly, it was kind of late, we would all dogpile onto the bed with our 2 chihuahuas. Back then we had 2 chihuahuas, and we would watch movies and eat popcorn and be silly and goofy and do a lot of giggling. And my husband was really awesome with them too. So we were just like such a cool little family unit. And my husband and I have not, we've never had children. We're not able to have children. And so we really kind of glommed onto those summers as something that was so special to us, because for those 3 months of the year, we'd be able to be like a little family. And we would have our babies with us. So it was really, really awesome. So they came up on Friday. They surprised us. They weren't, it wasn't planned. It was just something that they did. Came up on Friday, and the last 2 nights have been seriously the same thing. So no, the sisters don't sleep in my room. Well, one of them does. The youngest one still sleeps in my room. Which is kind of embarrassing to say because we live in a very small place, but I have a walk-in closet. So Trina, I'm telling on you. She sleeps with her body in the walk-in closet and her feet sticking out. So I'm telling you, it is so much fun. We all dogpile into the bed, but now it's different because now there's baby boy who also joins us. And we're all watching a movie or whatever. Usually it's something baby boy has chosen, which in our world is like home or something Disney, or what did we watch yesterday? Hotel Transylvania 2, that's his favorite. Now my nephew's autistic, so he doesn't talk a lot, but he does talk some. And one of my favorite things to get him to say is blah, blah, blah. And forgive me if you don't know the reference, but it's something from Hotel Transylvania. And because he's nonverbal, when he makes there are some words that he does say, but they're very like, what does a cow say? He'll say, moo. And he says it really quietly, so you have to listen really carefully to catch it. But when I say blah, blah, blah to him, I do it with my tongue sticking out like blah, blah, blah. And so he gets to giggling. And if I hold still long enough and just like wait, it's almost like wait for it. And then next thing I know, he's blah, blah, blah back to me with his little tongue hanging out of his mouth. So it's just been an awesome couple days, but it's Sunday now. I'm tired. I don't know if you know, but I usually record my Cuppa Chats on Wednesday, and then it gives me the week to be able to like edit, get all the like fine-tuning stuff done, the technical details, and then I publish it on Sunday so you can see it. Well, somewhere in the week I have accidentally deleted it, my Cuppa Chat that I had recorded, and for the life of me, this week has felt so long because I've had so much stuff crammed into it that I can't actually remember what I talked about on my Cuppa Chat. So this morning I thought I would just start over and be fresh again. Pull out my tea, sit on my nice comfy squishy couch. I have my Sophie girl sleeping right next to me. I'm tired. I'm ready for a really good break today. Like if I could snuggle up with a really fuzzy blanket and like climb into a good book, dive headfirst into a story, that would be so awesome. I have so much work to do and I'm not sure that's going to happen today, but I might just like take that luxury later this evening when it's getting closer to bedtime, maybe after dinner, and just say, you know what, if the chores aren't done, they're not going to get done tonight, and it's not going to hurt anything if I just take an hour or so to just read and relax and take care of myself for a little bit tonight. So what am I learning this week? Well, there's something that I heard a speaker say, and I can't remember who said it or where I heard it. I don't know if it was online or if I had read it or if, it was in passing. I don't remember what it came from, but I remember it was a gentleman who said it, and I remember him saying something like, there's an epidemic going on in this culture, in the American culture, and that epidemic is we have a really bad case of the kindness. And I had no idea what he was talking about. I've never heard of the kindness. I didn't know that this was something that we all had. But when he started describing it, then I realized, oh my gosh, I have such a bad case of the kindness that it's super problematic for myself. And if I don't come to the realization that I have a really bad case of the kindness, I'm going to have the kindness for the rest of my life. So let me tell you what the kindness are. And I bet you there's going to be a few of you who can relate, because there's a lot of us that have the kindness. And the kindness are this. I kind of want to lose weight. I kind of want to get up earlier in the morning. I kind of want to do this for my career, or I kind of want to live here, or I kind of want to do that. It's when you say, I want to lose 10 pounds. But then you sort of kind of want to do it, but you don't really want to do all the work that it's going to take to actually get those 10 pounds gone. That's what the kindas are. You kind of want to lose 10 pounds. You don't really want to lose 10 pounds. You just kind of want to lose 10 pounds. And it isn't until you make the actual commitment where you must lose 10 pounds versus the kind of lose 10 pounds that the change actually happens. When he described that and I heard that, it kind of stopped me in my tracks. I kind of want to do so much stuff. And then I realized I have not only do I have a case of kindness when I first heard that message about kindness, I've had a case of kindness for most of my life. And probably the biggest instance of kindness started when my mother had passed away. Because I didn't feel like my life was mine to live anymore. I had to live my life for my two youngest sisters because they didn't have a mama anymore. Well, I made the realization this year. Now, when you lose your mom young, and I'm assuming, because I've only lost one mother and I don't really know, but I'm assuming that when you lose a mother young and you are a woman, if you're anything like me, and let me just tell you what I did, and maybe this is totally abnormal, but this is what I did. When I was 23 years old, I thought, well, my mom died at 40. She was 40 years old when she died of breast cancer. There's something that happens when you have a mom that dies when you're so young. Because at 23, I'm an adult, I'm out on my own, but it's still too young to lose your mom. You count how many years until you hit that same age. So at 23, I counted how many years it would be until I was 40, and I thought, well, that's how many years I have left to live. So if I know that, how am I going to live to 40, and what are the things I'm going to do? I turned 40 this last year, and so that was kind of like, oh my God, like I had been like almost forecasting that I would die at 40 as well, because not that I was going to die, but you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like something in your mind, like, what if I die at 40 like my mom did? What if I die at 40 like she did? What would I do? How would I live? How would I do things differently? So I hit 40 this year. And something changed because my mom died at 40, I'm 40. How many days into 40 did she die? Like, I kind of got that weird about it. And I don't know if that's weird, but I just got like that kind of like, I needed to know. For some reason, I needed to like pinpoint which day she lived until. And I knew what day. She died on September 9th, 1999. So it was 9/9/99 when my mom died. And what I did was I actually went, being a data person, especially healthcare data, you do these kind of formulas all the time. And the formula was the difference between this day versus the day that she was born. So it was like her death date and the day that she was born, and it was so many days. And so I said, well, if I take my birthday and count that many days ahead, what day would I die if I was my mother? Which, saying it out loud seems really weird, but it's really what I did. And I realized that if I were my mom, I would have died July 1st, 2016. How crazy is that? Well, when I did that little formula, that little counting, that little day difference. When I did that, it was already past July 1st, and it dawned on me that if I were my mom, and if I were going to suffer the exact same fate that she was going to suffer, I would have been gone already. I would have been dead already. Which seems really morbid, I get it, right? I get that. But it was a gift. Because what I realized is that every day after July 1st was a day my mom didn't have. And so every day since July 1st has been a gift. And it changes the way that you see your life when you realize that every single day that you're living is a gift. Because my mom didn't have those days. So then when you find out that every day that you're living is a gift, and not everybody gets to live this number of days, it changes the way that you view each one of your days. You start using each moment with more intention, and you start realizing what really is important in your life. And it's not necessarily stuff or even where you're living. It's not any of that. It's really the people who you get to hang out with and who you get to experience life with and share your joy with. And so that's what I've been able to do the last couple of days, is hang out with my peeps and laugh and giggle and be silly and goofy and very childlike again. And so as I was saying, I have a case of the kindest. And I'm fixing that because I don't just kind of want to do some of these things. I really want to do some of these things. And so what I've been saying to myself is that I'm going to baby step myself to those things, because sometimes making the huge leap is scary. Sometimes the decision to make a huge leap is made for you, hence my job. Like my job, it's a good example. I think what I'm trying to say is, do you have the case of the kindest? Might you have the case of the kindest? And if you do, what are some of the things that you kinda about? When I discovered I had the kindest, I kinda wanted to get healthy. I kinda wanted to have this creative career. I kind of wanted to move out of the city I live in. I kinda wanted to sell the place I live in. I kind of want to do these things. And then when I realize I have the kindest, it makes you decide, here's all the kindness that I have. Do I really want to do it? Or am I going to commit to do it and do it? Or am I just going to take it off the list? You either do it or you don't. Pee or get off the potty, honey. Pee or get off the potty. So I decided there's a few things in my life that I really, really must do. And getting healthy is one of them. I only have this one physical body that I'm going to have the rest of my life. This is the one vehicle I've got, and I've got to take care of it so that it can take me through all of the things that I want to do. And there's a lot of things I want to do. I also want to move out of the town I'm living in. I've lived here for a very, very long time, but I really have lived here forever and ever and ever because it's been safe and it was easy, and I didn't really have to flex my bravery muscles at all to be here. And I think it's time. There's so many things that I want to do and my husband wants to do. We want to get out and live a different kind of lifestyle than we live now. And I think to do that, we're going to have to sell the place we live in. We're going to have to move out of the city we live in, which means we may have to be a little further away from our friends than we have in the past wanted to be. And I say we, but I'm really talking about myself. My husband is the most adventurous, spontaneous guy you would ever meet. And he's super, super supportive. So he's like, whatever you want, baby, we will make that happen. It's all good. But I think now it's my turn to say, okay, Jay, let's make this life that we've been talking about forever. Let's make it happen. So yeah, that's my Cuppa Chat for today. I know it's super duper long, but I just really appreciate having the opportunity to sit down with you and chat with you every week. And I hope that you're enjoying it too. I love your feedback. But my question to you is, do you have a case of the kindest? And if you do, what are the things that you might be kinda-ing about? Let me know in the comment section down below. That would make me feel awesome. It would also make me feel a little bit normal, because I know I'm a little weird, I'm a little weirdo, and that's all right. So really my question to you is, do you have the case of the kindest? And if you do, what are your kindest? Do you have one kinda? Do you have a lot of kindest? I don't know. I personally have a lot of kindest, but I'm working on making those not kindest, but actually I am actually doing it. I am actually taking the steps. I am actually making those things happen. And it will slowly but surely happen, and I will make sure to keep you apprised of how we are doing. So that is all I've got for you this week. I hope you enjoyed this Cuppa Chat. I know it went a little roller coastery, but anyone who has sat with me and had a cup of tea, you would know that that's kind of how my brain works. It does not flow in a nice straight line. It kind of loop-de-loops, and I always envision my thoughts to be like a big pile of yarn, and that's kind of how my brain works. But hopefully you understood what I was trying to say. So if you liked what you saw, please thumbs up and subscribe. I'd love for you to come back and join me again. And I hope you have an amazing, amazing week. And I will talk to you soon. Love you so much. Bye for now.